Alright, so this is the idea. I want to put in a food plot. I have this old golf cart axle. And what I'm thinking is if I take this clutch off and see what's underneath, when I spin those outer wheels, it spins the top right up here, spins that. I might be able to turn this thing into a cart to spread fertilizer, lime, and the seed for my food plot. Also, the trophy would like some additional grass out there eventually when I stop running over it with my truck. So, I was thinking about making a go-kart out of this, but to be honest with you, the boys are 14 and 15 and they are on their computers, and I think I'd put a lot of effort into a go-kart and it wouldn't get used much, and I knew I'll use this other thing. So that's the idea. I'm probably gonna steal the bucket off of that and a couple ideas, maybe that cable mechanism, I don't know, but that thing gets pretty overwhelmed quickly. I can't even fill it with seed because it strips the little flapper thingy on the inside, the little auger on the inside. So I'll probably steal the bucket off of it, and I don't know what else, maybe some other stuff. I'm gonna start with these screws, but I'm not sure what's under here. I know that in reading about it, that clutch won't engage until it gets to a certain RPM. I can't remember what it is, but so when your engine's at idle, yeah, this thing is spinning, but you got to spin it fast enough, and then I think it's some sort of spring or something compresses in there. It's like a centrifugal clutch. I don't know if I made that up or not, but that's when it engages and turns the wheels. I'm going to do opposite. I'm going to drag it behind me and let the ground wheels turn that top and spit the seeds around. I have a wheel there, and I have an old tractor. An old trailer out there just rotten that I never use. So I might rob a wheel off of that. I might even steal the tongue off of that trailer and steal off of it. Steal. We'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna get started. Ow. Jeez, Bob. I saved Doofus's old differential cover as a thing to drop screws and stuff into. Jeez, there's a bee. He sounds angry. Look at that clutch. That's all that is a big spring. I don't know if that's reverse threading or not, but look in there. Big old spring. I can still hear that bee kicking around. I don't know where he went. Oh, he's underneath the vise. I don't know what he smells in here, but he is interested. Ooh. Look at that. Booyah. much tension that spring's under. I want to take my face off. Probably should watch a YouTube video on this. I feel like I'm about to learn a life lesson here. Jeez. See? Oof. I had a feeling. PV blaster. It's probably a caustic to the seeds that would go through there. All right, so we're gonna want this thing like that somehow without it touching. All right, so I welded another bolt to the top of this bolt, and it's not completely straight, and it was pretty ugly weld, so I already painted it so you can't see as easily how bad it was, but it doesn't have to be straight. It just has to spin in the hole with that. And I'm going to put something across, pinch it between a couple bolts, and that will agitate all the material in there to drop down through the hole. So you can see where they sawed off the frame mounts for what they were doing. I have an old weight bench that my dad took apart. Well, not true. He gave it to me and I took it apart, and I used the weights as counterbalance for when I'm plowing and when I was using the bucket loader. And that's got some pretty solid steel pieces on it, and one of them's this, and look how nice that fits. I might have to bend it just a little bit to get it snug on the bottom, but geez, that's pretty close. So I figure, look how nice that fits. So I figure if I measure off and try and find almost center on this, which may not really matter anyways, but if I can get that pretty close to center, then I can weld that on, and this isn't going to have a lot of torque to it. It's just going to follow along behind the ATV at very low speeds. So essentially, I could just put that right behind there, put a tongue on that. That should be pretty solid. It's just a matter of if I can weld it nice to that, because I am a sucky welder. But it's worth a try. Alright, I welded that on. Don't look at those welds too close. I wouldn't weld anything that I had to trust my life to, let's put it that way. You can see in there. So essentially, where you see those four things come together, those four gears come together, I need to weld in there to fetch them up. There, 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 and there. Alright, so I welded it. You can see there, there, there. I tried to clean up a lot of the slag that was in there. What you'll see is now, when I turn that, it turns that upper disc. So I threw the wheels on because I wanted to make sure that whatever I do from this point on, it won't rub on the wheels. And look at that. Oh yeah. All right, go at a pretty good clip, not super fast, but and try and keep that level.
Okay.
Go. It shot one of them quite a ways. Okay, so we're gonna attach the bucket to this, and I actually did fairly decent on that weld. I missed a couple spots there, but overall that's much better than what I have been doing. So we'll attach the bucket to this, and then I'm gonna figure out the mechanism after that. All right, so I gotta have two sides to hold my bucket. We cut the top of that off at the height the bucket's gonna go. I've got this in here as a temporary spacer so I don't get my bucket too close, because that's got to spin underneath it. And then I was thinking I just cut a curve into that. We weld that there like that. Try and get it somewhat straight up and down. I'll eyeball that, because who's to say that's even sitting level as it is. And then we'll tack that on, and then our bucket can hang between. We'll put a couple of L brackets on here to catch the holes, the existing holes in the bucket, and then it will just suspend there above, and it should be able to hold a full bag of whatever we want to spread. I got a little ahead of myself and wasn't taping, but so pretty much I painted the thing up a bit so it looks somewhat decent. I put these brackets on here, and we're gonna put holes through. I'm gonna drill holes through them to get the bolts mounted like they were in the same spots. So I got another bracket over there. You can see my welding got a little better as the day went on. And then off of that trailer over there, I stole the tongue thing, so we can tow it around. And it might sit a little bit at an angle on that trailer. I mean, coming off the ATV. The four-wheeler's still up on the truck, so we're not going to get that down tonight. But I'm going to paint it up. Weld looks a little better, not perfect, but I've scraped it down. We're going to paint it. Okay, so minus a few little hardware problems, we are done. And we're going to give it a little test run. We got some grass seed here, and I'm just going to run up that way so you can see the ground. I'm not going to put too much in because we're not ready to run grass seed yet, really, but I'm excited to try it.
And it even looks like grass.
Yeah, let's be a little generous. All right. I need to push it in, I think. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So if you like this video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications.